quite incredible stuff. 64-68, if you remember from JT. Didn't make a birdie until the 9th on Sunday. Birdie the 9th, birdie the 10th, made eagle at 11, and made birdie here at the 12th.
Just incredible performance, and he just went out and absolutely obliterated the par fives, playing them in 14 over, which, I mean, 14 under. 14 over wouldn't have gotten him anywhere. 14 under.
Got him a ride home.
And you know what? That's the best par five performance that we've seen in quite some time from an eventual champion, and it just kind of tells you the type of potential that he has. You know, I was talking to Bones last week a little bit about, you know, his, being on the bag for JT, and what's it like walking to the first tee every day with a guy who has 18 times since he's been on tour shot 63 or better, and has the ability to just go out there and shoot 59 literally anytime he tees it up. Now, we nitpick at his putting and certain things, and he's streaky just like anybody else, but to have that ability, you know, in that period of time, which is more than Rory, more than Dustin, more than, you know, any of the top players that we sort of see as, you know, being very powerful players. But that's a wonderful thing to be able to walk to that first tee on a daily basis. And, you know, he's also, you know, developed such a wonderful friendship with, you know, Tiger Woods, who's going to be inducted tonight. And, you know, Tiger's been instrumental in helping JT work through various elements of the on-the-course stuff, the off-the-course stuff. And I know JT really values that friendship, and it's something that developed and evolved when Davis Love asked Tiger to be a vice captain at the 2016 Ryder Cup. Up until that time, Jaime, Tiger hadn't really directly engaged that younger generation, the Spieths and the JTs and the Koepkas and everyone, and that gave him a direct connection to be social, to be engaging, to be interactive, to sort of fall into that mentor role, which he had done so well in becoming a father, and he embraced that. And I just think it really added to what we see now in this sort of more mature, more settled, sort of more open and candid type of Tiger Woods.
Well, it's like going to the mountain for these guys, and I think there is a natural bond between he and JT in terms of temperament. JT's very fiery, really wants it badly. Tiger really, I think, respects that and wants to foster that, but also learn how to control it. I think he loves the great hands that JT has, especially around the greens, and those shots we saw him hit with the wedges. He's a master of that, and Tiger became a master of that. It's something that I think he really took pride in, and even talked about it recently when he says, you know, I can't play, but I can wedge and putt with anybody. And I think he loves that about JT. And I just feel like he's evolving. And, you know, being Tiger's friend is not always easy because there's extra expectations in some ways. You know, you're getting the message from the top. And sometimes I think he's pressing because I think he's got so much ability, and it's just hard to transfer it all the time and relax and just let it happen. But when he does let it happen, like you say, the 59s and the 60s happen. So maybe more potential to score because he's got more weapons than anybody playing right now.
I think that's the key. I think the biggest improvement that both of those guys did was their wedge game. When Tiger first came out, just controlling spin, distances, all those different things. JT was the same way. I told his dad that when he was first on. When he gets this figured out, Dustin Johnson, all these elite players, it's a mentality. It separates them from the rest, is that will to just want to win, to go the extra mile, to work harder than everybody else, not be afraid of the moment. And one of the things I did early on, and I was always comfortable with, is going to the veteran player and asking questions, learning those things, and not thinking, you know, but for those guys to share. I think that's the impressive part where Tiger, the role he was, my role model was Bruce Litsky and guys like that. They made me feel like I was part of that generation that was older than me. I never felt uncomfortable asking questions, try to play practice rounds with them. And I think that's as important as anything. You learn how they prepare. That's the big thing.
14 PGA Tour wins for Justin Thomas, including, of course, the PGA Championship in 2017, the Players' Championship last year, trying to be the first player ever to go back-to-back in a Players. And from the 12th, we'll